Now, a long-standing tradition in Arthur all started when Old MacDonald had a farm.
Yeah, in 1859, the MacDonald family settled the land that is now known as the Great Pumpkin Patch. Their descendants kept it going for several generations, but in 1988, the crop changed, and the MacDonald Condals planted a new idea. WCIA 3's Emily Braun shows us what that idea has grown into today.
In 1977, Bruce Condal and his wife Mary Beth wanted to make homemade jack-o'-lanterns for their two sons. So they planted pumpkins. They had some extra, so they decided to sell to their neighbors.
We were doing agritourism before there was even a name for it.
It became a small annual tradition. Then it was the year 1988, a drought year for corn and soybeans. A question of what now was quickly answered with lots of pumpkins and opening doors to the public.
First weekend we were open, there were people everywhere. They were parked everywhere on the farm. They were in the buildings. They were in our house. People just walking around, and my wife and I were sitting out there on a bench, and she looked at me and said, "I think we've created a monster." And we still have that monster 30 years later.
As the monstrous tradition continued to grow, word traveled across state lines.
I heard about it through my good friend Carol, who I met through the tour business several years ago, and on our way on a trip, I said, "I'm coming down to see you."
And I said, "You've got to go to the Great Pumpkin Patch with us."
And even now, visitors will say it's something you've got to see.
Everybody's familiar with the big bright orange pumpkins this time of year, but it's not every day you see one like this.
There are more than 300 pumpkin, squash, and gourd varieties they grow on the farm from 30 different countries. That's what Condal says sets it apart from all the other patches. But Collier says what's really unique is their pumpkin passion.
They want to share their love for the family of gourds that they have here.
In Arthur, Emily Braun, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
The patch is open until October 31st. It's not just about pumpkins. There are also unique animals, a sunflower maze, and bathrooms that were refurbished from grain bins.